register in time to get the wines.
Nor did I.
Okay, it was all right.
But now where's Greg Horning? He actually wrote me that he was here.
It was in
He
there.
was here earlier.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
said he had
He's-
that
he's
beastly job
probably
of
coming.
chief of medicine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, where's Greg? Right, our famous
I
Greg
thought he was
Horning.
on here. I thought I saw his name.
Daryl Joseph is there somewhere because he sent me a message.
Oh, wow.
Someone's sharing our screen. Okay, what happened?
Hi, everybody. I am Kim Francis, and I am going to be your host for your room. Can you all see my share screen that says "Welcome, Class of 1980"?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do is go through this pretty quickly so that it sounds to me like you all have a lot to talk about without me. So I'm going to go. Well, I get it sound
As long as the statute of limitations is worn off.
right.
Daryl.
So I'm going to go ahead. This is the slideshow is pretty fun. So I'm going to walk you guys through it right now. And then after that, I'll give you all a chance to kind of update each other on what's going on. And then you'll go back to the big group. Okay. So I want to first start by saying welcome, Class of 1980. And I'm going to cheers you with my glass of wine. But congratulations to all of you. And thank you for being here
I'm
today.
okay for now. They're just,
So-
they're welcome.
Next is so
Hey,
tonight.
Kim, can we have
agenda-
everyone?
Oh, everybody, if you guys can mute yourself real quick, I swear, I promise I'll go really fast through this so that you can have fun. Tonight's agenda is short and sweet. We don't want to take up your time. Then we're going to do 4 questions, and here we go. And you can put your answers in the chat. So are you ready? Next slide. Okay, first of all, can you name these classmates? And I think that's already showing. Darn it. Dang, it's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I
This
can
is
do
just
that.
this is just a test to see how much wine you've had.
Okay,
Then you can recognize yourself.
first classmate you can see is Sheldon Benjamin. I don't know if Sheldon is on Dr. Benjamin if you're
Yes,
there.
it's on.
There he is.
I'm
Yep.
afraid so.
Okay, good. Dr. Gorey, you're right there too. Dr. Melvin, I love those pictures. There's great pictures. And Dr. Spice Handler.
Worst
There she
haircut.
is.
Okay.
Those are great. Okay, next slide. Gosh darn it, this thing's not, it's telling you, don't look at that. Which reunion year was this taken? Don't look at the bottom.
Oh, Lisa, you look great there.
Oh, you know, if you move it,
Oh, yeah,
if you put
on the
it in
floor.
projection mode, the questions will go first.
Hold on, you know what? Hold on, I've got it. I know, I should, here.
Put it in presentation
Ah,
mode.
there we go. Okay, guys. Okay, now let's start again.
Okay,
Okay.
no, the answers are there.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next slide. Okay, what reunion year was this photo taken?
Right.
Told us already.
Our 30th.
There you go.
No, would have
20th.
20th, yeah.
That's a great picture. Love it. Okay, name these classmates. Are you ready? The first one on the left-hand side.
Gable,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Gable.
Next.
That's Lance Ferguson.
Ferguson.
There you go. Very good. Right here.
Stu Watson,
Nice. You guys are
Watson.
good.
And,
Okay.
and
last
Vaughn.
one.
David Bond.
Yeah.
Very good. Great.
Now,
thanks.
the one in the back, I
Oh,
think,
right
that's
there?
George, I think that's George Scott.
Oh, no.
We don't have that
No,
one.
he was my partner. That's not George.
That's not good.
Okay, guys, next. Do you remember the top song of 1980?
No way.
Who had time to listen?
Anybody, a guess? Anybody?
Well, I saw Call Me Blondie was the answer, but I don't remember that.
I don't remember that song.
Okay,
don't
ready? Here,
remember that
I'll
either.
play it. I'll play it for you. Or not. Oh, what? Gosh, darn it. Technology is not my thing.
With your own luggage tag. So think about that, and you will need to allow for more time.
Sound familiar?
No.
We don't hear
We
it.
don't hear it.
We can't hear it.
You have to, when you share screen, you have to also share sound.
The onboard entertainment totally touchless.
Okay, guys.
Oh.
Last
Last question. Finally, when you're really hungry or you just needed someone to talk to, where did you go?
Aberdeen.
We were
The Ivy.
Oh, really? Ivy D? She fed us
Ivy
food?
Okay, everybody, now that we've gotten through the trivia, which I didn't do a very good job of, and I apologize, but I thought it was kind of fun anyway.
It was.
We are going to go through your class list and just have everybody give a quick update. And once you've done that, you can chit chat amongst yourself. The other thing that I'm going to do is I have this red envelope. So if somebody is talking and if they go on a little bit too long, I'm going to go ahead and tell them to stop talking. And by putting up the red envelope so the next person can go. So having said that, I need to get out of this. I'm gonna stop sharing. If you guys want to, if you want to mute yourself, if you're absolutely not talking, that would be great. And I'm trying to get out of my screen so I can see it's on the, okay, ready? So.
Plus the meeting, I don't know how, okay.
Are you ready? Is everybody ready? First person, Dr. Anderson. You've got a few seconds to update everybody and tell everybody what you're doing.
Oh, no, I'm still John Anderson. Good to see everybody. Still working. Chief Medical Officer at Duke for our primary care network, and I still get to see patients as a family doc for about 30% of the time in the country. I've been married to Ann since 2015. I have 2 kids and 3 grandkids.
That's great, Dr. Benjamin.
You
Thank
say
you.
you're at Duke?
I'm at Duke.
My niece is graduating that medical school, Rebecca Spice Handler, this year.
Oh, great, great.
Matching tomorrow.
That's good to hear.
Banjo?
Yeah,
Banjo?
Still playing banjo. I have a collection of banjos and bikes.
Good.
And your
biking.
cowboy hat? Where's your cowboy hat?
Still good collection of cowboy boots as well. So nothing.
Bowie
really
knife?
changed.
Bowie knife?
No Bowie knife.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. Next, Dr. Benjamin. Dr. Benjamin, are you on?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm here. Nice to see everybody. I think I was at the 25th reunion last, so it's been a while. And you guys all got older. I don't know what happened, but let's see. We're celebrating our 44th anniversary this year, and our kids were very fortunate that we live in the Boston area, and our kids live nearby, which is great, except for the fact that there's this pandemic. Let's see, November 1st, after 25 years as training director and 4 years as department chair, and some 20 some years as training director of another program, I stepped down from everything and became a vice chair for education again, just like the old days. It's great. Nobody knows what I'm doing during the day, and life is good. So I see patients for neuropsychiatric problems. I'm a neurologist and a psychiatrist. So that's me.
Great, thank you. Dr. Benkert, is that correct? Benkert?
Yes, hi. Hi, everybody. Hope you can see me. And good news is I'm winding down. I'm currently chief of pulmonary and critical care for the Western Colorado VA healthcare system. But the best news of all is I'm going to end it all on November the 13th this year. So I'm counting the days, and it's been great, and it's been wonderful to be part of my fellow alums and see the success that all of you have had, especially Greg Ruin. Remember our days together all those years ago. Congratulations to you.
Hey, you guys, can everybody, if you're not speaking, can you mute real quick just so that we can hear everybody? I think I didn't get to hear everything that Dr. Bickert said. So can everybody take just 1 second to make sure you're muted?
I don't think that's necessary.
Well, I can hear, I'm hearing a little background noise so that we can't hear. Oh, there, perfect.
Someone has a TV.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried about the comments we just heard about ending it all. I mean, I'm a psychiatrist. You're going to end it all in November? Do we need to call the cops or something?
Okay, Dr. Fitz.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, David.
I am a retired plastic surgeon and hand surgeon. I retired 5 years ago when I got tired of doing ER calls. In our system here in Maine, I was still having to cover all the trauma and couldn't really have my junior partners do it without having our group fall apart. So I, as you know, staying up all night, taking care of dirt bags gets really old. And I ended it all 5 years ago. The only clinical thing that I'm doing now is I'm working in a racetrack that's been converted into a COVID clinic, working with my wife Heidi, and we vaccinated about 1,500 people today. I let my license go, so all I've been doing is helping people check in and figure out their where to go and how to do it, and working with National Guard. It's an interesting experience. Otherwise, I have 4 children who are having children. I have 7 grandsons and 1 granddaughter in the oven. And I've just bought an Airstream, and my wife Heidi and I are thinking that we're going to be using it. I'm also looking for a truck big enough to carry it. And so that's a quick note of what's happening here.
That's great. I still think we're getting a little bit of feedback from somebody's got maybe a TV on in the background. So if you've got, if you can mute it, that would be, thank you. Okay, Dr. Fitz, that was really, again, as somebody said they're going to end it. So I think we go back to Dr. Bankarton or you might want, or Dr. Benjamin, and talk to them about some of that. Dr. Gorey, you're next. Dr. Gorey, are you on?
I'm on now.
Before Patty speaks, I want to give a shout out to Patty as the best class rep in the world. Okay?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, in all the meetings I have with UC, they keep asking me, what is it about your class? What do you do to get everybody here? And I said, I don't do anything. It's just the class. We have a great class, and it is fun, you know, every 5 years when you get to communicate and catch up with people. And I'm so sorry this one didn't work out. This is in April, but we'll hear about what's going on in November. And
yeah, so you guys are going to be, we're going to be doing a reunion for your class, for the classes that got missed at homecoming. So I think it's going to be really, really fun.
Right.
But
So
thanks,
at least
Dr.
we have
Ford.
the dates then. You said November 6th and 7th.
Yeah, so that's over at
Yeah.
homecoming weekend. So hopefully the football team will be as good as they were last year.
That's right. So I am still working. I work with my sister, and both of our sons joined 2 years ago in the practice, which is fun. So that's 3 generations. During COVID, I've just been telemed. So that's nice. I feel nice and safe that way. I have 3 kids, 2 of which are allergists, my son, and then my daughter's in Birmingham, and she's an allergist at UAB. And we have 5 grandchildren and 1 on the way. So my life's quite busy, but it's fun.
That's great. Thank you. And again, thank you so much for helping out. This is probably one of the largest classes, which is kind of hard with with all of the COVID and the virtual, but it's really exciting to see everyone. So thank you so much for helping organize that.
Sure.
Dr. Heller.
Well, it's my first reunion. I'm very happy to see everybody at long last. I am a person who abandoned clinical medicine right after my training, and instead have been an educator at the community college level, teaching anatomy and physiology to some pre-meds, but plenty of nursing students. I live in Asheville, North Carolina, where I raised 4 sons, one of whom still lives with me, Nick. And I have fresh twin grandchildren that were born just at the very onset of the pandemic. I got to see them a little bit, and then things became difficult, but that's all about to turn the corner. So yeah, that's me. I'm still here in Asheville. I'd love to come to a real reunion at some point, when that happens again.
Yeah, hope keep that November date on your calendar, because it's going to be a little bit non-traditional as we typically do, a real formal type event, but it's going to be we're going to really we're going to be back at the College of Medicine. I think it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be with the football game and all of that. So hopefully you can do that. And by the way, your hat is fabulous. I love it.
Thank you. I'm pretty much of a hat head.
It's really cute. Dr. Helso.
Unmute.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Glad to see you. I
want to comment that it looks like almost everybody from 2645 Bellevue Avenue is here. We've got
Yes.
Lisa, Sally, and Daryl, I think. Did I see Daryl somewhere?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. We're missing Dave Barrett.
I couldn't remember the number.
But yeah, you were an honorary member. You weren't a real one.
I was
Just,
honorary, I think, a little bit.
He was, all right. So anyway, I'm a psychiatrist still. I spent most of my career in administrative psychiatry because I actually hated medicine and hated psychiatry least of all. So I became a psychiatrist and didn't especially like psychiatry. So I focused on administrative psychiatry. I finished my career in Baltimore as the CEO of Maryland's Hospital for the Criminally Insane, which was actually really called the Clifton T. Perkins Hospital near Baltimore. I was also the CEO of Spring Grove Hospital Center, which is Maryland's oldest psychiatric hospital, dating to 1797. I fell in love about 26 years ago, had a long-term relationship and ended up getting married about 6 years ago and moving to State College, Pennsylvania, where I am now. I'm practicing with a physicians group, outpatient psychiatry, and then I'm also 1 day a week inpatient at the hospital. So after many years of avoiding clinical work, I have finally decided to be a real psychiatrist, and so that's what I am now.
They have good yard sales up there in State College.
No, you don't even have yard sales. People leave town and leave all their crap out on the tree lawn, and you can just come and pick it up. So yeah, it's all there. Oh, also I was on the faculty of 4 medical schools for many, many years. Sally Pullman and Lisa Kobe will remember I always like to lay out in the sun. So I got myself on the faculty of St. George's and Saba University and the American University of the Caribbean and Ross University, so I could go down for their annual meetings. So I used to spend four weeks a year in the Caribbean getting sunburned, but that's over now because I'm now not in the hospital. So that's me.
Great, thanks, Dr. Helsel. Dr. Hornig, is that correct? Are you there, Dr. Hornig?
He was, but I think he must have missed seeing the breakout room sign.
Okay. Let's go to Dr. Joseph.
I am here. So great to see you all. I'm in Santa Barbara, not so far from Los Robles, which is a good pipeline for wine. I'm a nephrologist in Santa Barbara. We have 1 hospital. Married, 2 kids, no grandkids, thankfully yet. But happy. Get to teach residents. We have a residency program at Cottage Hospital, affiliated with the LA hospitals, USC and UCLA and Cedars. So there's lots here. The community is very nice. We're kind of nestled between lowland mountains, about 4,000 feet, and the ocean. And when it's not on fire, which you may have seen in the news, or flooding or landsliding, it's terrific. So
it's a beautiful, beautiful area. I was
lovely to see you all.
Yep, great place. Dr. Kobe, thank you, Dr. Joseph. Dr. Kobe.
Hi, everybody. It's so good to see everyone. Really good. I was so disappointed about missing the reunion, but I fell in love with Patty Gorey because we talked constantly, and then we actually met up during COVID at her lovely home on Hilton Head. So that was fun, and we gossiped about every single one of you. I'm a shrink. I do it virtually now, which is hilarious because I have pajama bottoms on all the time. And I stalk my children. I have one here in DC who I stalk, and then I have a house in Florida where my daughter who left New York is staying now. I don't have any grandchildren, which I hope some of you can lend me some of yours. I would love that. And I really think we all need to come back in November.
I agree.
Time goes by so quickly, and we were so close. We all knew each other so well. So I'm really hoping everybody can come back.
Well, it might be easier now that we have a date.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll do our team will do a really a strong job in trying to get you all back. And there's also that Facebook page that will be launched. It was actually launched today that you guys can all communicate on, it's really cool. So be sure to do that, and then we'll work really hard to get you all back, because this is a really special class, and we're really hoping to see everybody back. Okay, thank you. Let's see, Dr. Moore, M-O-O-R-A-R. I'm not sure if I said that correct.
Well, that belongs to my husband, who's eating chicken in the back.
Okay.
I'm on his computer. Hi, everybody. It's really great to see you, especially all my old roommates and my anatomy mates and everything else. So I sort of percolated along and went into internal medicine because I was kind of afraid to go into surgery. And then I find out later when they sent me back my admissions folder, where the comment from one of the guys in the office was, "She won't hurt us," in the interview. I liked that a lot. So, but I realized that the ENT people, after I'd rotated with them, said, "Oh, we should recruit her for our program." And this was like, I rotated there in March, of course, after the match had come. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Right? Anyway, so I became a rheumatologist, and figured that would be a good match for living with a surgeon, because one of us had to be able to get the kids to daycare. Although I have to say, eating chicken in the background has done a good job about helping and parity. It's always parity, right? And then I kept saying, I'm really bored with this, so I would like do something else. So then I was in private practice, and then I went to the VA because I thought I could change the VA. I'm just laughing about that. And I was there for 18 years at University of Pennsylvania in the VA, and helped a lot with the fellowship program. And then I went to Jefferson for 3 years as I retired from the VA at age 62 and got my pension from the VA, and worked there for 3 years. And meantime, I had 3 kids. 2 are in medicine and dentistry. And a third one, my son, is a lawyer who works for the Wildlife Foundation in Minnesota, and just had a child by IVF. So that's exciting too. So I have 2 grandchildren, and Pekka has stopped seeing, he's still seeing patients, but he's not doing surgery anymore. So we've been in Philadelphia since 1980. And I was so looking forward to seeing everyone last April. I just actually dug out my coupons for the flight, and we're going to use them. But now I realize that I could use them to go back to Cincinnati. So I have to tell my group that I can't be on call that weekend. I'm now in a private practice, just seeing patients 3 days a week, kind of gradually backing off, not liking the patients, but hating the computers, that kind of stuff. So anyway, if you're in Philadelphia, give us a call. It'd be great to see you.
Great. And hopefully if you guys go to Philadelphia, you'll get a good chicken dinner, because that looks delicious, and you're making me really, really hungry right now. But thank you so much. I think that's great. Dr. Robinson. Dr. Robinson, are you on?
I'm here. I just had to unmute. So it's lovely to see everybody, and especially Greg Ruin. Congratulations. You were so good as to be the internal medicine chief, and now you're stepping down. And I always got invited to all these internal medicine things at UC. I assume it's because my name was one above yours, at least in our rotation. I don't know. And Debbie Spice Handler, I had her family as my patients.
As your patients.
That was wonderful. And
the one who's graduating, who I mentioned.
Exactly. And one time I got a radiology report, an X-ray from Thayer Simmons. It's like somebody from Maryland or something. You never know. But anyway, I've been retired for 5 years. I am older than you all, and it's been wonderful. And now I'm just trying to keep myself mentally and physically alive. And I have 2 children and no grandchildren, alas, but anyway, they're good.
That's great.
Thanks, Dr. Robinson. That's good. Awesome. So following that is Dr. Ruan.
Thank you, Kim. And Patsy, we always thought you were 5 years younger than all of us. I'm not sure if that math came in. But I won't say much more about the department here, but I would guarantee you, each one of you would be most impressed. Come back to your alma mater. This Department of Internal Medicine, not me, but has grown so much since we were all medical students. It is very, very heartening. So to all of you, I often say we grew up together. From Sheldon to David, to John Anderson, to Patsy, to Patty. And by the way, we still get together, Lance, Rusty, myself, Mocha, Sonny, and Stu, every January out at Big Sky, Montana. The behaviors you would not be surprised about, same as always. And I won't disclose much more than that, other than to say that we wish you all could join us there. Daryl, Joan, David, I just can't say enough. This is just so nice. And Kim, we will plan on seeing one another together very, very soon. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about my wife, Kay, Connor and Molly, our kids. No grandkids yet, so too. But so nice to see you all. Thank you again.
Thanks, Dr. Ruan. And I can tell you from all of us that work at UC that Dr. Ruan is really important to everything that we do. I mean, he means so much to all of us. So I just wanted to make sure that I reiterated that. Just a very special person. So thank you, Dr. Ruan. Dr. Spice Handler.
Oh, hi. Good to see everyone. So I practice infectious diseases in the height of the pandemic, the first case. But luckily, I had just left that hospital before the first case hit the hospital in New Rochelle, near New Rochelle. And I was gone about a month. I was still practicing up near where I live, up in the Mount Kisco area. And I got a call from this hospital, said, "Can you come back?" I said, I don't think so. You know, I don't really want to get all exposed. But within a few weeks, it was all over Westchester. So I've been very busy practicing in the hospital, crazy with COVID. Luckily, it's now finally slowed down out here. In the meantime, I'm still married to Dan Leonard, class of 81. He practices cardiology here. We had a terrible tragedy about 4 years ago. While I was sitting at home one day, our house burned down, and it was quite a life awakening experience for us. But we were lucky, we were well insured, and we ended up in the next town from Chapel to Armonk. Luckily, nobody else was home but the dog. Cute story is my son called up the neighbor and said, and then called the police and said, "Make sure you get the dog out of the house." It was a Sunday. And the police said to him, "You want to know how your mother's doing?" You know? I'd be home. We thought I'd be working, which I would have been, except I had a horrible cold. So anyway, that was interesting. We've got 3 sons, and the oldest has been with us for a year now, out of DC, working remotely. And it's been an experience living with your oldest son, who's just turned 38. And our middle son and his wife and little boy moved in for about 3 months, and now they bought a house 8 minutes away. So I see my 2-year-old grandson almost every day. And I'm like a pseudo babysitter during the pandemic. And our youngest, and they're all lawyers, wives, all lawyers, but our youngest son went into medicine. He's finishing a surgical residency at Cornell, and he's going to where someone said they're at University of Colorado in Denver. He's going there to do cardiovascular surgery for 3 years. And he has, crazy as it may sound, we just had a 3rd grandson. So he has 3 little boys, 4, 2, and baby, 2 months. So it's a little nuts, but we're very busy with all these grandkids. And Dan's thinking of retiring. I've slowed down, but I still go to a hospital every day, but just one hospital. And that's what's going on here. And it's been an experience with COVID, but I'm glad to say we're all vaccinated, and hopefully we're turning the corner now. So,
and I want to say that I found out, though I don't know, it hasn't been confirmed, that Dan got into Yale University Medical School, but he went to UC because of you, and bravo. So
yeah, he did follow me in that school, and otherwise we wouldn't be having this story. We married in 78, so ever how many years that is, it's a long time. So, and yeah. And you know what? It was a life awakening experience having this tragedy, because we lost everything, every photo. And when someone asked for some reunion photos, believe it or not, the only photos that survived were the photos in the basement. And I think I sent some to you, Patty. I had some UC graduation photos that survived the fire. Not too much else survived, but that did. So it was kind of interesting. So
that's great. Thank you. That's a great update.
Yeah, so Mary Jo has all the photos I've forwarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys will, and again, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at because it just launched today, but the Facebook page has all of the photos that you guys that everybody sent and all the updates, so that you can take a look at that. We've got two Dr. Staleys, Dr. Barry Staley and Dr. Rana Staley, so a double update there.
Yeah, we're side by side. Each of us on our own laptop. So, if you see any conversation that's been going on, it's between the two of us. So it's great actually having Zoom because we get to see more people from out of town than sometimes when it's in town. So it's great. Do you have, I don't have this one. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're echoing.
Just a little bit, maybe just one of you.
Yeah, we're going to turn it off. Yeah, I realized that just now.
Just one of you, if you one of you.
Just turn yours off, Mary.
There you go. Perfect. You got it.
So, okay, can you hear now?
Yes, you're
Does
good.
that work? Okay, so you can share this one with me. Anyway, we'll just share it together. But at any rate, so we're doing great. Barry, actually, I'll speak for him for a minute. He just retired at the end of December. So now we're actually both retired and it's great. I had previously retired, so it's great. It really is. I told him this is the least amount of stress we have ever been under in our entire life. Both of our girls are on their own and doing well. And so it's just the two of us and no work responsibilities. So that's been really wonderful. Now we'll just have to see what all we want to do. We're thinking of buying a piano. Maybe we can learn to play piano or something, something fun. But so we have our two girls, we have two grandsons that live close by. So that's fun. And I'll let you talk too. Here you go.
Well, just wish everyone well. You all look good. We always have such fond memories. Sometimes when medical students would often rotate through the office, I always felt so sorry for them because, you looked at them in that first year and they were like deer in the headlight. And I would tell them, though, that the College of Medicine would stick with them. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do. You'll get there. And then I would tell them that, some of the fondest memories of my life, though, are medical school. As strange as it sounds, I still have nightmares about it. But other than that, the great memories. And that's what I do wish you all well.
And I do have some stories. I remember some, Patsy, you were in anatomy lab right next to me. And I know we weren't allowed to have radios in the lab, but Patsy would be the one who would be have enough courage to bring a radio on weekends in the anatomy lab. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
And so we'd be listening to some rock and roll, and all of a sudden we'd hear the steps of our anatomy professor coming down our anatomy professor coming down the hall. I was like, Patsy, quit, turn that radio off. So just fun memories.
Well, let's
just remember my cadaver was named Frank.
Anyway, but it's great to see everyone.
Mine was Gertie.
And hopefully November.
All I remember is the parties that you had in that house. That were the best parties.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah.
So my daughter is a third-year medical student and she's dating the same. And when Lisa wrote all the memories about that party, about someone falling asleep in the wheelbarrow, et cetera, she just thought it was the funniest thing. It's like, oh, these old farts were actually young ones and having.
Do you have yours on?
Well, one of the Staleys wore a veteran's pajama and bathrobe and carried a urinal. Wasn't that?
Okay, sorry. He had. We're both sharing a speaker, and he turned us off right in the middle of everything. So, but I don't know if you heard the story, Patsy, about anatomy lab. That
yes,
we were. Yeah, did you hear that?
Hey guys,
yes,
I'm going to wrap up a couple things, but you all can stay on because I think that you've got a lot to talk about. Just a few housekeeping things. You'll in a few. And I think, I don't remember what time we moved over here, but you've got a total of, I think, 45 minutes with each other. So you've got all that time, which will be great. That after, I wanted to get you all started, but then I'm going to go ahead and remind you that there is the Facebook page, which is really cool, has great photography, also has.
What's it called, the Facebook page?
I don't, you know what, I'm going to have to find out. We're going to have to send that out to you tomorrow and it'll give you the direct link. I should have, of course, if I was really super savvy, I'd put it in the chat, but I'm not, and I'll be honest with you. But it's really great. And it's got all of your pictures in it. It also has like this, your distinguished alums, so you can watch those videos, are really good. And then some introductions from the dean. And you all should be also getting some MedCat socks, which are very cool. And you'll be receiving those if you haven't already gotten those. Also, reminder of the homecoming event in November. Please keep that on your calendar because we would love to see you. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do it in a totally different way than we typically do, but I think it'll be really unique and more fun. I mean, it's just different, not more fun. And I want to congratulate this class, really a special class for all of us. You've done, you've all stayed together. I would encourage you all to stay on and talk for a little bit longer. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop recording. But this is all recorded and this will get sent to you all after the meeting. So does anybody have any questions before I go? I just want to make sure you have a chance to talk to each other and reminisce and plan for coming back in November.
I have a question.
Yes.
Were we supposed to have had wine sent to us somehow? I somehow missed out on all that.
Oh, it was, yeah. So in the initial invitation, you had the option of purchasing wines for the wine tasting. So yeah, I think a lot of
for those of us who are the only member of the household who drinks wine, it was hard to justify opening 4 bottles tonight.
right. Well, and if you did open 4,
enjoying them,
so
right?
I just used my favorite red blend.
But David, the other thing is you had to register in time because I did register. I gave my donation, but I didn't get any wine.
Yeah. Well, you can still purchase wine. And then maybe in November, we could do another tasting, which would be really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you've got some more time to hang out and enjoy each other. Have fun. Does anybody have any questions for me before you leave? Before I leave?
Did you stop? Have you stopped recording?
I'm still recording, but when I leave, it's done.
Okay.
Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say anything while we're still recording?
No, not while you're still recording.
I think the point was after.
Hold on, wait, Dan, come say hello.
Okay.
It's Dan.
Hello.
Bye, guys. Have a great time.
Bye.
Thank you, Kim.
Okay, thank you. Bye, guys.
Can you see Dan?
Wow.
There he is. There he is.